at St. Kilian's in Bear Valley, as others unite at cemeteries and memorial sites across America to remember that we are one nation with one flag. We are all proud to be Americans that live in a free society made up of many people, many races, from many walks of life. The freedoms we enjoy today have not come without a price. Today, we honor 43 veterans laid to rest at St. Kilian's and 46 laid to rest at the neighboring Brown Church. And in cemeteries throughout this nation are men and women who gave their lives so that we can live in freedom and without fear. We can worship as we see fit. We can raise our children as we choose. We can freely travel from one end of the United States to the other. We are free to vote and participate in our government. The United States of America was founded on the ideals of freedom, justice, and equality. Our nation stands as a shining beacon of liberty and freedom to the world. We thank the soldiers who put on that uniform and served our country. They all sacrificed. Some paid the ultimate sacrifice and died in action. Others, 50+ years later, are still fighting the demons of war. We shall always remember. Many of you in attendance today are veterans of wars and conflicts that America has had to fight to protect the innocent and oppressed. America has always been the first nation to stand up for the freedom of people from around the world. Many of you here today have answered that call and served your country well. Thousands of men and women serving today in all branches of military, both here, at home, and in places far away that most of us have never heard of. We honor them and their families for the sacrifices they make each day to keep our country safe from terrorism, hatred, and injustice that plague the world. To each veteran, retired, or active duty members of the armed services, we take this moment to say thank you for safeguarding our freedoms. Today, we show united front across the United States of America as we remember the fallen, honor those who served, those currently serving, and to teach our children the value of freedom. At this time, I direct your attention to the American Legion Post 383 as we begin our ceremony with the posting of the colors.
Quad. Halt. Left. Face. Order. Arms. Present. Flags. Post flags. Back in line. Present. Arms. Order. Arms. Left face. Right shoulder arms. Forward. March.
Please join us in the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We now invite any veterans who wish to participate in the presentation of the wreaths of our military branches. Please come forward to where the wreaths are lined up and proceed with the wreath bearers as each individual wreath is presented. A remembrance wreath in memory of those who served or are serving in the United States Army. A remembrance wreath in memory of those who served or are serving in the United States Marine Corps. A remembrance wreath in memory of those who served or are serving in the United States Navy. A remembrance wreath in memory of those who served or are serving in the United States Air Force. A remembrance wreath in memory of those who served or are serving in the United States Coast Guard. A remembrance wreath in memory of those who served or are serving in the United States Merchant Marines and other branches of the military. A remembrance wreath in memory of the 93,129 United States service persons from all branches of the service whose last known status was either prisoner of war or missing in action. These individuals never returned to their families and homes. We shall never forget you. The wreaths before us and near the headstone of each veteran represents our commitment as a united America to remember the fallen. We also want these remembrance wreaths to symbolize our honor to those who have served or are serving in the armed forces of the United States and to their families who endure sacrifice every day on our behalf. We remember those teenagers and those young men drafted, torn from their families. We remember the young men and women who joined to help protect families they did not even know. And we remember those who cared for the wounded, piecing them back together as best they could. Those soldiers, whether teenagers or seasoned military personnel, they put on their uniform and they served their country. They did not write their orders. They went where they were assigned. Some carry great mental, physical, or emotional wounds of the front lines of wars. Others carry guilt as their orders did not take them to the front lines to fight alongside their brothers. Many still feel they don't deserve recognition. However, they served our country, something only a small fraction of Americans have done. They put on that uniform and followed orders they were given. They were ready to be called to the front lines if that was the order given. Some died in action, and others physically came home to their families, but mentally and emotionally have never been the same. Civil War, World War I, World War II, Korea, Cold War veterans came home and returned to work. Gulf War veterans returned to a hero's welcome. Vietnam-era veterans, whether they were frontline combat fighters, served in another country, or served stateside, they returned to their hometowns to protest, riots, ridicule, spat on, harassed, and had things thrown at them and called names. Many have carried deep wounds most of us will never know, let alone begin to understand. We honor them. We honor all of them today. We thank them for their sacrifices as they lay to rest free from pain known to them alone. To our children, we want you to understand the freedoms you enjoy today have not been free, but have come with a cost that someday you may have to pay yourself. As a nation standing together, we can defeat terrorism, hatred, and injustice. Thanks to veterans, we have the freedom to do just that. Quoting our 40th United States President, Ronald Reagan, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day, we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States where men were free." Today, we ask you to take a moment and visit a gravesite here at St. Kilian Cemetery. Write down the information on the veteran laid to rest. When you return home, research their name. Maybe seek out their family and find out all you can about this veteran. You will find they are real Americans with families. They are mothers, fathers, sons and daughters, sisters and brothers, aunts and uncles. They were farmers, healthcare workers, accountants, teachers, students, white and blue-collar workers. They were and are so much more than just a statistic. They are patriots. As you prepare to make your way to your graves for the placing of the wreaths, we ask you to reflect on what it is that makes you proud to be an American, where at least you know you are free. As you give personal thanks, we will read the names of all veterans laid to rest here and at the Brown Church. If any veteran joining us today would like to salute our fallen while names are being read, please join other veterans and stand beside the wall that holds our military wreaths and faces the cemetery. After the names have been read, the military will retire the colors. However, we ask that you remain where you are as that takes place. At this time, we ask that you proceed to the headstone or visit the headstone of any of our veterans. In a minute, we will read the names of our fallen. When you hear the name of your veteran, please place your wreath on the tripod next to the headstone. Veterans, again, you are welcome to join other veterans by the military wreaths in saluting our fallen. William Prawl, Daryl Tennant, Joseph Slaney, Vincent Frawley, Edward Prawl, Theron Fries, Gilbert Olson. Albert Schmitz. Angus Shaw. Harold Riggles. Edward Ward. George Klein. Joseph Greeneck. Frank Samborski. Mary Schwarz. Anthony Schwarz. Leo Schwarz. Robert Greeneck. Daniel Schmitz. Jerome Greeneck. Robert Schmitz. Frederick Munns. Richard Munns. John Dolecki. Ronald Dean Boyd. Cyril Munns. Frank Mullen. Francis Mullen. Frank Dorgan. Francis Wolf. Eugene Wanacke. Francis Caney. John Ryder. Robert Barry. Frank Asfel. Henry Wiedenfeld. Janet Bry. Francis Bry. Louis Lingard. James Faber. Edward Schmitz. Gerald Faber. Cornelius Richards.
squad, halt. Left base. Order arms. Retrieve colors. Right shoulder, arms. Left base. Forward march.
We'd like to thank everyone for joining us today to honor our local veterans. We invite everyone to proceed to the church basement for warmth and treats. John is going to sing us a song as we make our way to the church basement. Thank you.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Very nice. Great. Beautiful. Great voice. We kept it simple. That's something good.
Right there, right now.
Hi there.
78.